The other nice thing about scaring the crap out of myself, because I forgot it was on, is that you can set it to different, like other Traxxas radios, they have a 50-50 and a 70-30. 70-30 is great if you want to try and curb your throttle control. And the nice thing is this 70-30, because it comes for the XO1, which goes 100 miles an hour, it really is a lot of play for 70 for that. This radio seems like it has a little less. This one seems like it has a lot more, so I'm going to be able to have more control over my throttle while I'm racing. That pretty much does it. You can have the dashboard up, and the dashboard's going to show you all that stuff, like your speed, your RPM, your battery life, and your temperature. I, however, like I said, don't have any of those things set up for my car. As you can tell, my car is pretty much a stock car, and everyone changes everything out and keeps it all nice and clean, and I go out and enjoy myself and have a good time. So this review may be super boring, but if you're watching it, it's because you're interested in one of these radios, or there's no other ones. You can get this app for free. I am in no way sponsored. However, if you want to sponsor me, please feel free to contact me. I am guaranteed to place, mostly, not last. Mostly. But like I said, this radio is just so easy to come in and change the different effects on here. I'm super duper psyched to be able to go and race with this tomorrow. I have taken it outside onto the street. Felt like I had decent control. Like I said, it either comes with it has a slot down here for 4 AA batteries, or you can plug in a LiPo. I am too cheap to buy the LiPo, so I have 4 AA batteries in there. My other radios use 4 or 8, and they seem to last me a long time. Everyone complains about, oh, it has a cheap feel and everything. Well, when I can buy this for $80 instead of spending tons and tons, when I can buy this for $80 with the receiver, or even $120 with the receiver, that's the most I've ever spent on a radio. And that's because I'm super cheap, and I'd rather go out and have a good time. And the only way I stop racing is when something completely breaks. And like I said, from here you can see that when your speed control super duper breaks and Traxxas won't replace it because you're past your warranty, it doesn't matter. Get out that X-Acto knife and start drilling in there. It'll still work like a champ. It's no longer waterproof, but I've been running with it like that for almost a year now, and I've been finishing first at my local track, finishing not so first at the big track down in Reno. But yeah, as far as setting this radio, could not be easier. The nicest, like I said before, you can save different profiles, and all you're doing is you're just putting it in here, so you're going, oh, I'm going to be driving at traction this week. Traction's awesome. Traction's got lots of traction, and my car has traction roll. So now I need to change it for traction. So I'm going to set that up. If I go out racing on the street and stuff and bashing around, I want a different setup for that. So this is definitely a nice radio. Like I said, you can use this radio without the phone. If you are too much of a little complainer that you don't want to have to own that phone, or you own an Android because you think they're better, good for you. Go buy yourself a more expensive radio and have, the same set of options. I have, some really nice options at my hands now that I can actually program, and I'm not relying on lights to do it. And, yeah. So if you can get your hands on one of these, and you've got an iPhone or an iPad Touch, or you're willing to spend that little more for an iPad Touch and have yourself a nice iPod Touch. There you go. Anyways, that's it. If you guys have any questions, I guess I can post some more. I'm not sure what more there is to say about this other than, it's got a nice feel. comes back. It's not like those associated radios built in with a rubber band inside. You know, it feels heavy-ish, but not so heavy that, you know, you're lugging around a 15-pound radio. I do like the fact that they got rid of the antenna here on the top. This antenna I almost always race with down. I've never dropped my radio because I'm not 5 years old. However, I know lots of other people that have dropped their radios, and then we end up with radios that I buy used that I have to use a zip tie. I do own a Fly Sky, the $35 radio, and I'm sure it does all these same exact things, and yet I haven't seemed to be able to program crap on them. This one I have. So, enjoy that video, and this was way too long.